right, everybody. Welcome back to Baxter County Roundtable. If I'm not mistaken, this is episode 45. Tonight, my name is Joe Bryant. My co-host, or host, co-host is Russ Gillis, and we have our special guest tonight is Chuck. We didn't quite squeeze the last name out of him, but we're gonna just say Chuck from Paradise Ice Cream.
We're gonna let him say his last name.
And he's gonna be our small business spotlight personality, and then we're gonna probably talk about some other stuff after that. But to lead off here, I guess Russ, do you want to do the sponsors?
Yeah, sure. Just to let everyone know that in case you haven't been tuning in, Baxter County Roundtable is sponsored. Our primary sponsor is the Baxter County Republican Committee. They provided us the seed funding to get this all started. Started about a year ago. We had listed a little bit less than 300 people following the Baxter County Republican Committee on Facebook. As of this evening, we have 923. So what we've done is we've tried to get the word out of what's going on in Baxter County. But in addition to the Baxter County Republican Committee, we're proud to be sponsored by Mountain Home Heat and Air. They were voted best in the Twin Lakes area for 2 years in a row, 24 and 25. They're the largest Goodman dealer in the Twin Lakes area. Mountain Home Heat and Air, together with Goodman, are two names you can trust. Goodman systems are made in America down just outside of Houston, Texas. They also specialize in Daikin mini-split systems. From installations to duct cleaning and everything in between, if it deals with HVAC, these are the people you need to talk to. They offer high-quality systems and workmanship, affordable prices, and financing is available. So give Kurt Lawrence and the folks out at Mountain Home Heat and Air a call at 870-425-HVAC. That's 425-4822. And our newest sponsor, been with us now for a few weeks, is James Boyette State Farm Insurance Company down on Highway 62 East there at 1330 Highway 62 East. Full disclosure, as Joe always says, James is my insurance agent, and I'm going to tell you, I am very, very pleased with how he's treated me and stuff. I had somebody hit my truck a couple years ago down in Little Rock. I was on the highway there, and they just ran right into me. James Boyette took care of me. They offer auto, home, condo, renters, personal article, business, life, health. They even offer pet insurance. So if you got a pet, you need it insured, go to see James. But he's been in Mountain Home for about 11 years or so. And when he's not selling insurance and taking care of his customers, he's a big fisherman. I think he just won one of the bass tournaments out at the lake here a couple of weeks ago.
Oh, really?
I'm pretty sure I heard James Boyette won the tournament and got the biggest fish or something.
Well, that's good. The lake's coming alive. Man.
Yeah.
This is the best time of year for my money.
Yep. So
is that
so
it?
Anyway, give James a call if you need insurance, 870-425-4540.
Okay, well,
take her away, buddy.
Our special guest is Chuck from Paradise Ice Cream. Is that the proper?
Paradise Cream.
Paradise Cream. And again, full disclosure, he's my ice cream guy. I mean, this guy.
I think I'm everybody's ice cream
This guy's got some good stuff over there, man. But Chuck, tell us who you are first before we get into ice cream, and a little bit about yourself.
I'm twice retired. I was executive for a steel mill. Then I had my own business as a steel fabrication company in Tulsa. I come from Tulsa, but been coming to the Ozarks over to the White River for the last 50 years, our family. And then I retired here 9 years ago. And I started the business in 2017. Our first shop was in Belize, and then we opened up and that was in 2017. And 2018, we opened up a shop here in Mountain Home and in Hot Springs. and we've been going ever since. We make homemade ice cream.
Well, I think I think you should let everybody know about your military background, because I, for one, am proud to know you, and I thank you for your service as well as Russ. What can you tell us about that?
Well, I don't talk about it much, but I was in the military for 23 years with the Air Force as a A-10 Thunderbolt pilot for 20 years, and retired in 2023 during the Afghanistan conflict, and started my fabrication business.
Well, I just think that's something to be proud of. So thank you again, both of you.
Well, I'd like to thank him for his service as well. It's always good to meet another veteran.
So, how does ice cream come into this world, into your world?
It was by accident. A friend of mine in Hot Springs was making ice cream. He was a vendor of mine when I had my fabrication company in Tulsa. And he used to make parts for us, and he used to send me ice cream as a gift. And it was really good. He always wanted to open up a shop in Hot Springs, but he had a problem where his wife wouldn't support it. So I sold my business in 2016. 2017, he calls me up and asks me if I wanted to go to Belize with him. He wanted to open up an ice cream shop, and I told him I thought your wife wasn't going to support you. He says, we got a divorce. So I said, okay. So I went down to Belize to be there for 2 weeks and just help him get things going, and I ended up being down there for 3 months, and we made a lot of ice cream and putting together a lot of recipes, and I decided to go partners with them on this shop in Belize, and we opened up November 1st. And then I came up here second week in November and found a location in Mountain Home, and we opened up in April of 2018 with the shop here, and also a shop in Hot Springs we opened up in April 2018. So ever since, we were at the Ramada Inn for 8 years until we moved to a new location.
And tell us where that is.
And that's at 1605 Highway 62 East, across from the truck patch. It was the old Ozark Pond, so we have a freestanding building. We needed a larger building. We have a larger location, parking lot, and so forth. So that's where all the magic's made.
Yeah, well, I mean, what a gig. I mean, how can you go wrong? I mean, initially in Belize, you're on a beach, it sounds like.
Yep.
Making ice cream. Now, everybody's happy there, I'm guessing.
Yeah.
The beach and ice cream, what a deal.
Well,
man,
there's,
you've been living right, brother.
well, there's no food in the world that makes people happy like ice cream. It's a proven fact. It's scientific. And when I came here, and also the reason I did it, because Mountain Home is mostly retired people, and retired people like good ice cream.
Yeah.
That was the main reason I opened up here, and it's just taken off. And the Mountain Home has really been gracious, and they really have supported us. We put out a good product, and we take care of the people. And I give free ice cream to seniors.
Oh, really?
Twice
wait,
a month.
Hang on, go ahead.
What was that address again?
Well, the other day I went over to Northern Therapy or something over by the hospital, and I serve out ice cream to the residents for free. The ones that are, wrapped up, or they're in their rooms, they don't have much of a life, to be honest with you. And they come out, and when you see them eat ice cream, it just changes their whole way of living. And so that's the way I get back to the customers, to the community. Out at Rolling Meadows Court, or Rolling Meadows Estates down the road, once a month I give free ice cream to the residents on one of their bingo days.
That is awesome.
I do that for 3 months a year.
I just, one of my favorite subjects is just talking about ice cream. It's almost as much as fun as eating it.
No.
Well, okay, it's not really almost, but anyway, I mean, this guy, I'm speaking from experience, he's got the best ice cream around. And it's not just me saying that, my dog likes it too. What do you have to say about that?
Well, we make a dog ice cream. We make ice cream with it's peanut butter and crushed up milk bones, and we sell a lot of it. We're very dog friendly in our shop. So
I need to go get me a dog just so I can go in there. And
yeah,
Yeah.
and actually
Russ, you got to give it to the dog now.
yeah,
Come on.
oh, come
I
on.
have eaten it, and it is good. It's got a little bit of crunch to it, and it's got some fiber.
How many of us haven't eaten a milk bone dog biscuit in our
Well,
lifetime?
I have eaten a dog biscuit.
I'm not going to say I never had one in the vicinity of my mouth, but
I might not go so far as Mel Gibson does,
Yeah.
sometimes.
well,
but
now
I
that,
did.
now that I'm a senior citizen, though, I'm more into cat food.
There you go. Well, yeah. But
So what do you got, Russ? What do you think?
Well, I'm gonna tell you, it's. I totally agree. You just start eating some ice cream. I don't care if you're just sitting in your house, and having some strawberries or fresh fruit and some ice
Yep.
cream or whatever. Your whole outlook on life just changes when you start
Yes,
eating a
it
little bit of
does.
ice cream. It's like
especially if
You
it's
know,
a good quality ice cream.
exactly. And on a hot, really super hot day,
Yep.
you go in and get that ice cream and just eat a little bit, or stop and get an ice cream cone or a small scoop of ice cream and eat it. It just goes right to your core and just cools you down, and it's like all of a sudden life is good.
Yeah, well, you said quality.
Well, what distinguishes our ice cream from any other ice cream is that we use a 14% butterfat cream, which actually is what sweetens our ice cream. I don't put sugar in any of our ice cream. We don't need to. The 14% butterfat cream actually comes from Guernsey cows. It's the only cow that puts out the high quality, high butterfat cream. And there's no milk in it. So a lot of our customers that are lactose intolerant, they can actually eat our ice cream because lactose comes from milk.
Yeah.
And a lot of them, it doesn't bother them. Some it does a little bit. But the other thing is that where you get your sugar is from the fillers, the cookies, the graham crackers, the candies. But we have 5 flavors, 6 flavors that are keto friendly, and where there's no sugar. There's, minimal from the cream, from the natural sugar from the cow.
But now,
But our chocolate,
are you saying
keto.
your other ice creams don't have sugar either?
No,
added?
they're going to have ice cream, and we don't add sugar.
Oh,
The sugar comes from the fillers,
okay.
the cookies, the graham crackers, just like our blueberry cheesecake. If it wasn't for the graham crackers, then it would be it would be sugar free, except for the sugars that you get from the natural blueberries. And I get the blueberries locally from the berry farm.
Awesome.
Strawberries, we use fresh strawberries. We use fresh peaches. We use fresh blackberries. We use fresh black cherries on all our candy. And then since we moved, we're making sorbet. Now sorbet, I haven't had sugar in our shop for 8 years. Now we have it because all sorbet is sugar, water, and fruit. So, but that's a non-dairy. We make non-dairy ice cream and vegan ice cream. And our ice cream is actually a coconut base. And there's so many people out there now with this alpha gal.
Yeah.
Yes.
And our business is more than doubled since the outbreak of alpha gal because they can eat our ice cream. And it's like I said, it's a coconut base. There's no dairy in it. So your people with dairy issues, and also we have a lot of vegan customers. So we're the only ones in probably a 4-state area that makes a non-dairy vegan ice cream.
Anybody that's never had the enjoyment of taking straight milk right from a cow
Yeah.
and scooping off the
Butterfat.
cream
Yep.
right on top.
That's what our ice
The
cream's
cream
made of.
always comes to the top. That's where the old saying goes.
Yep.
The cream rises to the top.
Yep.
I grew up. My grandfather had cows. And I always loved to go over there because, man, during the summer, we'd have fresh peaches or whatever fruit, and just take some of that cream right out of the refrigerator, and put it on that fruit. Oh, buddy, but you're right.
That's
That
basically what we
natural
do.
cream is very sweet, but it's a natural sweetness.
Yep.
Well,
But it only comes you've got 3 different type cows. You got your Jerseys and your Holsteins. They're more dairy cows for milk. Guernseys puts out, they do have milk, but they put out a much higher butterfat milk
Content.
cream, and it's sweeter.
that's the Guernsey.
That's the Guernseys, and that's where my cream comes from.
Well, and actually, I think that fat is good for you.
Oh, it
yeah,
is.
Yeah.
Your keto people, because it's sugar, basically sugar free. There's going to be some natural sugar from the cows, but
It's not processed sugar like you
right,
buy,
right.
granulated sugar
exactly.
that you scoop in there,
That's why a lot of keto people like it, because they like it because it's, boy, I can't remember how they say it. It's low or high in carbs, or high in carbs or low
Low in carbs, probably.
low in carbs. That's right, and it's good for diabetics. I'm type 2 diabetic, and I took that into account when we were developing our ice cream.
100% of the time when I go in there, I get the keto friendly.
Yep,
And,
chocolate.
When I first started going there, I was looking at it going, because I kind of stray away from light anything, and that's kind of what I was thinking on those terms. And man, I got some of that keto chocolate, keto friendly chocolate. I got the big, I think it's a quart,
Yep.
and I couldn't stop eating it. I eat the whole thing in one sitting. It's just unbelievable. It tastes so good.
Oh,
So
man.
yeah,
Well-
don't be scared away from that keto friendly stuff, because it's dynamite.
Yeah,
yeah.
I like the way you said that. The light stuff. You strayed away from the light stuff. Yeah, the way that most people make light stuff is they take the flavor out.
Yeah,
We have a midnight chocolate. It's the same thing as the chocolate.
I wish you wouldn't be telling.
It's
me
got
this.
honey.
Oh my God.
It's got a little honey in
You're
it.
closed today, aren't you?
No, we're open
you're
7
open?
days a week.
I'm going back.
We have
Yeah, we're gonna have to go down there afterwards.
I put honey in it, but I put habanero, and it is one of our biggest sellers, the midnight chocolate. It's got a little heat to it, but it's got honey in it, so I can't call it keto friendly. But the honey's actually safe
Yeah.
for even diabetics.
Yeah.
So,
But you
But
make
it-
you make everything here.
I make
right?
we make
So, do you
everything
use
from
local
scratch.
honey?
No,
Local honey.
no, it's hard to get local honey. So
I just might have you a source.
I'd
for
like to have a source. We get our eggs locally. For the only thing we use eggs for is in our vanilla. It's egg yolks only. We don't use the whites, and that's what makes our vanilla so rich. But we get eggs locally. We try to get as much fruit locally as we can. The berry farm has been pretty good with blackberries and blueberries. The strawberries have not been good. They just haven't been able to grow, quality strawberries for us. So, but everything we make is fresh.
Well, I don't know how fresh it is, because I don't concern myself too much with that stuff. It just tastes so good.
If it's fresh when you get it, it's gonna be fresh when it's gone.
Oh,
Yeah.
that's right.
Well, during the summer,
Minutes later.
yeah, the ice cream, when you come into our shop, the ice cream you're eating typically hasn't been there more than 3 days.
Well,
So
I-
we
I-
go through a lot. The Cookie Monster, oh my gosh.
I don't know how to really think about this. I mean, when people are walking into your store, they're happy.
Yes.
They know they're going in for a treat. Now, I don't know. Some of them, the kids, might not be that happy when they're on their way out, because they probably want more. But overall, to me, it's just been an awesome experience. And the people you have working for you they're pretty young, seems.
Yeah, well,
But
they range from 16 to 22, but
Well, that's young.
on all of our reviews from Google and Square and all Yelp and all them, the biggest compliment we get is my girls. They take care of our people. I got 2 girls who've been there since I opened, and they manage the shop. But we have been real fortunate with the local girls that work for us. We take care of them. We're a big family there, and they believe in our product, and you can see it.
Yeah.
They're enthused about the product, And it comes across to the customers, and I get so many compliments about our help. I get more compliments about our girls than I do the ice cream.
Well, I'm giving you a compliment today. They've always been really friendly to me.
Yeah.
Well,
And my dog.
Yeah.
people number one have to take pride in what they do in order to
Yep.
be able to exhibit that friendliness and that courtesy to the customers.
Well,
But that's a good sign that you take care of them, because
Yep.
if you're not taking care of them, they're not going to take care of you.
oh, exactly. I mean, you three of us, we work hard. Our generation, we had to work hard to get where we're at, and it's hard to instill that into the kids these days. But
That's
my
true.
girls, they are very mature, and they're enthusiastic. So I'm real proud of them.
And they
good.
come from good stock, apparently.
They do.
That's
They
good.
do. They come from good parents.
Good deal. That's
you,
good.
You sure can tell that.
For sure.
Well, we're going to have to get them signed into the Republican committee then.
Yep.
They 16 to 22.
Yep.
At least the 22-year-old, we need to get
I'll
we need to get her in the Young Republicans.
There's two of them. Yep.
Well, and also, I've been hearing
Maybe three.
a little talk recently about Arkansas getting into the schools with the
Turning Point USA.
yes, and
Yeah.
that's a good place for them to be as
Yep.
well.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yep.
You know, they all kind of mesh.
Well, what's good is we have a governor that really supports that as well.
Yeah.
Sanders does a good job with that. So I think you're going to see some big changes with the Republican Party with the kids in the state of Arkansas.
Well, it's incumbent upon us, old folks, to pass on to the younger generations how important it is for them to get involved, because we're going to be dead one of these days, and somebody's got to pick up that mantle and take it and continue going forward with it. Just like in the military,
Yep.
you and I are both retired military. There's a whole lot of us old folks, when I say old, the older people in the military, that we've always heard, you got to train your replacement. I always worked to train my replacement. When I was a younger junior petty officer, I had to train my replacement so I could move up. And every time I moved up, I had to train my guy so that I could go up. Now, it doesn't exactly work that way, but if you operate that way, it sure makes it a lot easier, because if everybody's doing that, then we've always got well-trained people coming up behind us.
Okay, it seems like we've veered off into the political conversation, which is fine. But I want Chuck to tell us how to contact his ice cream store, where to go, where do we find that, and then we can get into the.
Well, we're in Mountain Home. We're located at 1605 Highway 62 East, across from the truck patch, or next to the urgent care. It used to be the old Ozark Pawn. And then we're located in Harrison at 1525 North Main. We're next to the merchandise outlet down there. It's in a big concession trailer, but we're set in that place till October. And then we have a location at the Arlington Hotel in Hot Springs, Arkansas. So
And so
you get the same quality ice cream, same recipes, and then also we have the location still in Belize on San Pedro Island. And we have several customers, believe it or not, in Mountain Home, of all places, that have been to all three locations,
Well,
not including Harrison's.
that's fun.
And we had shirts made up for them where it had, because it has the three locations on there. Dr. Robinson is one of them. But yeah, they've been to all our locations. So it's
If you can
It's
make
been
it,
a whirlwind.
if you can make it to all 3 locations just for your ice cream, you
Yep.
deserve a shirt.
Yep, yep, absolutely. Well, that's what Dr. Robinson said.
All
Yeah.
I got was this lousy shirt.
Yeah, yeah.
But
That's what he said.
now, how about special events? Do you?
We do. We do catering. I have a concession trailer. We go around. We do. I'm doing 7 weddings this year. We just did one this last Saturday. Doing 2 schools tomorrow, 2 schools and a church on Wednesday. This week we're booked up, but we go around with our trailer. We carry 16 flavors that I cater to, and we do the same thing in Harrison. So we do a lot of special events, a
did the
lot of
trout-
private events. We
trout
did the Trout Festival. We'll be doing the Balloon Festival in Harrison. We've got, as far as to the public, we just signed up for it's the first year flipping firemen are putting on a hot wing contest barbecue June 12th at Hicks Park in Flippin.
Okay.
So we're going to be attending that. We have such a full calendar. But we do a lot of birthday parties, and we're also starting to book our place. Since we got a large location now, we're able to do parties there. We've done a couple wedding showers. We have a big birthday party coming up with about 60 people. It's all family coming in from all over the states.
Man, ice cream, what a gig.
Yeah.
Oh my God.
Yeah, and the thing is, they find the weddings. They find that our ice cream, it's cheaper for me to come out. Plus, they have no waste. People will eat all the ice cream. They won't eat all the cake. And some of these cakes is more than the ice cream for 200-300 people. Believe it or not, we've been told that. So I did a wedding last year. It was 300. They said 345 people signed in. I served 312 of the 345. So,
Well, I can't recommend your business enough because that's just the best ice cream.
I understand you also do some community service,
we do.
serving some of the other outside.
Well-
Let's talk about that a little bit.
Well, the local seniors they have this, it's got a spot in my heart where I'll go out to some of the nursing homes and we'll serve the residents free ice cream. And then there's a addition here that we're going to be starting next month. We do it for 3 months at Rolling Meadows Estates. On one of their bingo days, we'll serve free ice cream to the residents.
Awesome.
That's awesome because number one, you're giving back to the community,
Yep.
and number two, the seniors in this country sometimes are so neglected.
Yes.
Sometimes it's just simple, just the facts of life. Most of their families passed away, or, just like, my children live on each coast. One on the East Coast, 2 on the West Coast.
Yep.
So many of the elders, or the seniors here, especially, with 65% of the population being retirees. So many of the people, their families are all scattered all over the United States, so they don't really have a lot of, people, relatives close.
Right.
And especially those living in nursing homes and care centers and stuff.
Yes.
So that's just awesome. Thank you for
No,
doing
that-
A little
that.
bit of
You
that
know,
goes a long way.
Yeah.
for
that
sure.
you're exactly right. And it makes their life much more enjoyable. It gives them a few moments, if nothing else, a few moments of happiness that they would not otherwise get.
Well, if you've seen the faces on some of these people that I see when they come out in their wheelchairs or walkers or so forth, and when they eat the ice cream, you just see their whole quality of life change.
Yep,
But
absolutely.
the other thing
Same with me when I walk.
yeah,
Well, you're getting there.
Yeah.
in
I don't need to
October,
be reminded of that.
in
necessarily.
October, we're at the Mountain Home Berry Farm every weekend, and our policy at the shop: kids 5 and under get free ice cream, no matter. But at the berry farm, they have a lot of kids. We draw a lot of kids out there, and we give free ice cream cones to the kids 5 and under. And last year we did over 1,700
Wow.
in the month, and we're there every weekend, 4 weekends, and
that sounds
it's
fun.
it's a lot of fun. The kids. There's nothing more enjoyable watching the kids eat ice cream. I have so much fun. When they come in our shop, they have fun. We have a big blackboard on the wall. They can draw all over it. So it's a good place to bring the family. They can have a good time with the little kids.
Awesome. All right. Now have we covered the ice cream
Yeah,
business adequately?
pretty good.
Okay, now we can veer back into the politics.
Politics?
And I think where we were talking about the kids,
Well, it's educating them.
your employees basically.
No,
and how well
I
they're-
educate them.
Well, the big thing is we have to pass on to the young, and it's really difficult. I've done a lot of research on voter turnout here in the state of Arkansas. I've got the statistics right here. This last election, the primary, we only had 26% of the registered voters showed up. Statewide,
That's not good.
24%. In the runoff, only 5% of the registered voters in the state of Arkansas deemed it worthy to get out and vote for their Secretary of State.
It's terrible.
5%.
Terrible.
So, here in Baxter County, we usually run a little bit above the state average. It was 18%. But, and I'd ask you, you say, I think you used to be a Congress, what I call Congress critter over in Oklahoma. What is it that has caused people to become so apathetic to the political arena in this country anymore? Is it they've just given up, they lost hope, or what is it?
I'll be quite honest with you. I kind of feel the same way. They're tired of all the bickering.
Yep. I
It's the
think
bickering. It doesn't matter if you're Republican, Democrat, Independent. I'm a registered independent. I'll tell you straight up. And I changed that about.
what.
We didn't
How does
see
that?
this
How
20
does
years
that?
ago.
No. My entire family was all Democrats, with the exception of my father.
Yep.
Now, I'll be honest, we were poorer than most of the rest of our family,
Of course.
but it wasn't because we were poor that they looked down on us. It was because my dad was a Republican and everybody else was Democrats. And it's like my dad just stood up, and he would always say, if they can live with it, I can live without it. It didn't make any difference what it was.
Right.
But the thing about it is we didn't get here overnight. It's been growing like this for decades.
Yes.
I hear a lot of people say, well, a lot of it comes from the schools. And yes, I think a lot of it is the indoctrination in the schools.
Oh, we're so far
when
behind
I was-
with the education.
I was blessed. You're retired Air Force. I was blessed to be able to go to the Air Force Senior Non-Commissioned Officers Academy when I made senior chief. We studied Russian history, the Russian military, and communism as a whole. The Russian communists, but primarily the communist period, have been in this country since the 50s. And their number one goal was to take over schools, get embedded into schools, because they knew if they could indoctrinate one generation, they would have us forever. They've just about accomplished that, and that's where the divisiveness starts, I believe, not necessarily here, here in Mountain Home. People, get all bent out of shape and want to argue with you as soon as you start talking about the education system. Mountain Home has a great school. I'm not talking about Mountain Home, but I'm talking about this country as a whole. You know, you look in Chicago and New York and Philadelphia and mainly the major cities, the West Coast.
You have people graduating high school going into college that can't read fifth grade reading level.
We saw that in the military.
Yes, and I'll be quite honest with you. I see it at my shop with some of these kids coming out of Mountain Home School.
Well, I don't even think a lot of people understand how frightening that is.
Yeah.
And for the reasons that it's happening, and it's nefarious in my mind.
Exactly.
The way they teach people or kids to read, like when we were going to school, probably all three of us, it was phonics.
Yep.
Now they've got this new way where it's word recognition or some
Yeah.
such nonsense.
Yeah.
But I think it's being done intentionally to people. People aren't reading as much as they used to.
Nope.
Parents are not reading to their children.
There
Which means
There it is.
they're not reading the Bible.
The worst thing that ever happened to this society
Yep.
is this right there.
Yeah, they're not reading the Bible.
They should
they're
not
reading
allow-
the Constitution. They can't read cursive. This is a big problem.
Well, the thing is, they don't even teach them cursive anymore.
That's right.
And now I did hear something. I think maybe Mountain Home Christian Academy, I think, is teaching cursive, but most of the kids, they don't know cursive. And I thought that. I mean, that was one thing we learned when I was in. I think started 4th or 5th grade.
Yeah, same here.
And but here, and also what I teach the kids, these are high school sophomores that don't know the difference between a liquid ounce and an ounce of flour. Or 16 ounces of flour and 16 ounces of water. They don't know the difference.
Yeah.
And to be able to cook, or in our kitchen, we measure everything. It's all from scratch. And we have a scale and we have cups. And but it's amazing. They don't know. I have to teach them.
Yeah.
And almost every employee I've had to teach that.
Well, if you can't read, man, it really stunts your existence in life.
Well, if you
I don't have
can't,
any problem with reading.
number one, if you can't read cursive, can you write cursive? If you can't write cursive,
You can't read
how
it.
can you sign your signature?
See, that's what I never could understand.
You know, because every government document requires a signature.
Yep.
You know,
And it's got to be in cursive.
You're-
well, not
you're-
really. Now they take X's.
your driver's license has your signature on
Yeah.
it. You know, I mean, your Social Security card has your signature. You know, when you buy a house, you got to sign your name to 1,000 different places. You know, you buy a car, you got to sign your name. It's like, how do you get by?
Well, a lot of them just scribble.
But the thing about it, well, that's true. But
ridiculous.
you got to be able to scribble the same way every time.
Yeah.
Yeah. But I mean, if you can't read, what can you do? You can't do math. You can't do science.
Yep,
you can't
exactly.
do, I mean, what are we gonna? We're producing college students that are using AI to pass tests and do their homework.
Well,
That's scary.
we
yeah.
got problems.
Yes,
scary.
we do. But I mean, I agree with you that I think a lot of it's by design. My feeling is, I'm not anti-union per se, but having the government workers unionized and the school teachers unionized, I think has done a tremendous disservice to this country. Because I know in California, before I retired and moved back here, SEIU, Service Employees International Union, their office was right next door to ours. That was the most radical group of people I've ever met and seen in my life. I mean, radical. Constantly out there stirring up trouble all over in San Diego. Well, they are the nation's largest union for government workers. And, you look at the National Teachers Union, they don't care about the students. It's all about politics.
Rules for radicals
Exactly.
comes to mind.
Exactly.
Yep.
So But I mean, to get back kind of on track as far as politics, our if we're not teaching our young people to get involved politically, they're going to listen to the rhetoric. And what's the rhetoric? It's the loudest voice out there, the one that's screaming, hate this, hate that, hate everything. The Bible teaches love this, love that, and hate love the sinner, but hate the sin. You know, in this country, it's just hate everything.
Yeah.
Hate doesn't accomplish anything.
Well, like I said earlier, the worst thing is the hatred with our Congress, and that's where, and they're supposed to be setting examples
Exactly.
for our younger guys, our younger generation, and they're not. And I'm not saying the Republican side, they're a bunch, they're not.
They're not a whole lot
They're
better.
not hateful. They're not any better, much better, but they don't have the hatred
No.
where
They're just,
what the Democrats put out is the hatred.
my problem with the Republicans
But
is
their
they're just
hatred-
silent.
Yeah.
They're just completely silent.
Yep.
They don't stand up
But
and argue against it.
But it's not that the Democrats hate the Republicans. The Democrats hate
Trump.
Everybody hates Trump. And I don't know where they get this hatred from.
Well,
And
I
I know he's outspoken, and there's times I wish that he'd just be quiet.
yeah, same here.
But he's still getting it done.
Well, the thing about it is, that's what they hate about it. What's he getting done? He's tearing down what the communists have been trying to do for the last 50 years. So that being said, or 75 years. That being said, yeah, when you're tearing down what they built up
he's cutting
over
into
75 years, yeah.
into their
I'll tell you what, they make this big thing while we're putting our soldiers at risk and all this. I'm going to tell you, there's not a soldier in any of our armed forces that regrets what we're doing.
No.
Yeah.
They are proud to do what we're doing.
Yep.
And the thing is, Trump had the guts to do it.
to do what everybody else said
And
they were going to do.
what
including
everybody else,
Republicans.
everybody said, oh, they never come through. And he just said, I'm tired of this. I'm going to do something. I'm going to do what I said I was going to do.
Well,
And he's doing the right thing. And they expect everything to happen overnight.
Yeah.
So I'm really excited about what's going on. And I think it's going to, we still need a couple months, but
In the long run, it's going to be
in the
worth
long
all
run, it's
the-
going to be worthwhile.
all
And
the pain.
hopefully, these younger generation will see that.
well, that's like the last week or week before last, I was talking about you're talking about Trump, cutting into stuff. That's like the immigration, the ICE
Yep.
that the liberals are so bent out of shape over.
And
That bill was passed in 2003. In the House, that bill passed 207 to 88.
right, and that was
Okay.
during
In the
Bush.
Senate, it passed 90 to 9, with one not voting. Okay, so
Pretty bipartisan.
the Republicans haven't had a 90 to 9 supermajority ever.
That's right.
So that means there was a whole bunch of Democrats voted for that.
well,
And
I
the
think.
same in the House.
Well, I'm going to tell you something. I think a lot of the Republicans are not. They're voting because it has to do with Trump. If it was another president, it'd be different.
They're weak.
Yep,
That's-
exactly.
It's just that simple.
That's it.
Exactly.
Exactly.
Well, guys, we're not going to solve it tonight. I mean, we
Well-
can raise the issues, but we're not going to solve it. And we're
Okay.
kind of running up on our time.
Well, let's thank our special guest Chuck.
Absolutely.
And try to get everybody to go eat some of his ice cream. I'm thinking about it later.
Yeah,
on.
maybe so.
Well, we're open till 9.
Do you want to talk about our sponsors one more time?
Sure. Now, once again, we're sponsored by the Baxter County Republican Committee. Furthermore, if you'd like to get involved with the committee, We meet the last Tuesday of each month at the VFW. That's 214 West 7th Street in Mountain Home. We meet at 6 o'clock, the last Tuesday of every month. In addition to the Baxter County Republican Committee sponsoring us, Mountain Home Heat and Air. Your one call that you need to make. Summer's coming up. You're going to need that air conditioner running full blast there. August will be here before you know it. So give Kurt Lawrence and the folks out at Mountain Home Heat and Air a call, 870-HVAC. And if you have an accident or you need some insurance, give James Boyette a call, 870-425-4540. State Farm Insurance, I'm going to tell you, he is an outstanding agent.
Takes care of me.
Takes care of me.
And if it really gets hot, go see this.
Yeah,
here.
yeah.
Hey, it doesn't have to be hot. It's
Well,
never
I
too.
agree with that.
It's never too cold for ice cream. We're open. We're open 12 months a year, all during the winter. So
Okay, well, anyway, again, thank you. A couple more announcements. Quorum Court meets first Tuesday each month, 5:30 p.m. at the Baxter County Courthouse. The City Council meets first and third Thursday, 5 p.m., City Hall. The County Planning Committee, second Tuesday, 11 a.m., Baxter County Courthouse. A&P, Advertising and Promotion, third Thursday, 3 p.m., City Hall. School Board, third Thursday, 6 p.m. at the Admin Building on Rodeo Drive. And the Public Safety Commission, Old Airport Commission, I believe they meet quarterly. And
They just met this morning.
I got to nail that down.
They met this morning.
Okay. Well, you missed that one.
Yeah, I did. I'm
And
sorry.
It's a quarterly deal, I believe. And last but not least, Baxter County Republican Committee meets last Tuesday each month at 6 p.m. at the VFW. And boy, you can come there and get
Yep, VFW gets some food.
you can get some food and you can get up to date on what's going on politically. And
That's for sure.
so
That's for sure. And if you're a young person, 18 to 40, we're still trying to get the
young
Baxter County young Republicans resurrected here, and we need members.
All right. Well, thanks everybody. We're going to close it out and say good night, and we'll see you